And then the last one, the last today's lecture, probably we will take 5 to 6 minutes more than usual. The last lecture, last session I want to cover is the loop. Loop is basically doing the same block several times, right? Here's one example. If I in range 5 print I, let's do it. Let's do what happens. Let's see what happens. For I in range 5, print I. And then if we run it, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The function range 5, the function range actually create the value 5 index values from 0 up to 5, right? Sorry, it creates 5 index values. So literally, this is exactly same with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it creates 5 values from starting from 0. So what this for loop, this for function does is it goes through one by one. So for the first run, I becomes 0 and then print I. And then for the second run, I becomes 1, allocate basically 1 to I and then print I. For the third run, allocate 2 to I and then print I. Goes until when? Until you hit all the values till the last one. Right? Basically the same here. And if you have 5, 6, 7, and you get all the values out of it, all the get values out of the list. If you have 0 and 6, you will have 0 and 6 as well. So when you want to run the same process several times, we use for loop. Here's another example. We can actually do run the for loop, not just using the numeric values, but we can use this string as well. So we can make something like apple and orange, banana. And if we run it, it will print apple, orange, and banana, right? One more example that I want to show you is we can have if in for loop. If I is orange, print orange found, and else don't like it. Yeah, forgot the colon. If we do it, it goes to apple and goes to the first I becomes apple and goes to conditional, and the if is false, so goes to else and print don't like it. And then goes to the second value, which is orange, and test it if I is orange. And yes, I is orange, so say orange found. And then third, I becomes banana, and then test again with conditional, and then print don't like it because banana is not orange here. So this is another homework that we can do. And there are some other examples and while, and there are some other loop, there are some other ways of making combination of loop and conditions, which we just did before. And also we can make this for loop as function as well. But this will be covered tomorrow, next week. This making for loop and if conditional with a function, definitely we need to understand this to go through the next process. So we are going to do it next week very carefully, slowly, to make sure everyone actually understand. But if you have time from now until next week class, please have a look at these 3 pages and try to do it on your own. I think that's it for today. And Amy, yes, that's correct. You are asking very good questions again and again. And single and double quotation marks are basically the same, but there is a bit of convention. Usually, I mean, this is not really, how do I say, very firm standard or whatever. But in my case, when I want to print out something long, I use double quotation mark. And when I want to use it, when I want to put the value in the variable, I use single quotation mark. That's just my convention. So if you make your own convention to just distinguish which one is for printing, which one is for inputting, that can make your life can be more easier. Not be more easier, bit easier. Okay. And any other questions?
I do have a question again, if it's okay. Like in one of the earlier things, you put like A comma B, and then a calculator, blah, blah, blah. What is the meaning of the A comma B?
Let me go back here. You mean this, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So this is basically where you get the returned value. So there is a function which returns 2 different values. One is multiplication and the other is divisions.
Yeah.
Right? I want to receive multiplication to A and divisions to B.
So it automatically maps when it says return and you have like say 3 things and then at the bottom you say A, B, C, then knows A is the first one, B is the second one. Okay.
That's correct. That's correct.
Got it.
And sometimes you don't want to receive the first one, right? But this is a very Pythonic or Python convention. You use just underbar.
Got it.
You still get the value, but at least you don't want to you don't want to, how do I say, confused with actual values or variables that you want to use it.
Got it. Thank you.
The funny thing is, Uni spilled water again, which she did about 2 weeks ago on her computer. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so that's very good point. So if you use apostrophe, if you want to use apostrophe, you better to use double quotation mark. So it depends on what you want, but my suggestion is please don't use apostrophe when you do the programming. That's actually the best.
Can I ask one more question, which is, at the beginning of, like, for example, like the age questions or any of these, in the very first row of your code, you're already defining the value, like age equals 16, of course, and then you can change it later.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But is there a way to, like, is that always the best way to do it?
No, actually not. This is just an example. If you actually do this homework, this now where is it? We are actually going to do a bit different way, like defining a function first.
Yeah.
We for loop and everything, and then send the values later.
Okay.
That is much more common way to do it. But we are going to cover this next week because we need to do it very carefully. This is a very important thing to understand.
Thank you.
No worries. Any other questions? Okay, thank you everyone this week, and then see you next week. And if you have any questions while you are doing on this homework, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to help. Bye-bye.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, next week's session is on Wednesday, not Thursday.
That's correct.
See you.